Day trading, swing trading. Talking about how a good day trader can also be a good swing trader and vice versa, and why you should stop. You should stop trying to classify yourself as either a swing trader or a day trader, but instead, you should just be a trader. We're gonna talk about what it's like, swing trading, day trading, and the overall idea of why they're very similar. In the big picture, swing trading and day trading is basically the same exact thing. That's it, basically. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it here in this video. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Well, what's going on, guys? Patrick here, and today I want to talk about day trading. I want to talk about swing trading and how the two, day trading and swing trading, can be together, and how you should stop. You should stop trying to classify yourself as, oh, I'm a swing trader, oh, I'm a day trader. But really, we're all just traders, and we're talking about, the idea between swing trading, day trading, the overall idea of what we're looking for, patterns and setups and all of that stuff. Now, one thing that I love about trading, or in general, trading and the market and stuff like that, is at the end of the day, you got to figure out what works best for you. If your schedule doesn't allow you to trade the open, or if your schedule doesn't allow you to sit on the computer all day and look for stocks, well, you got to figure out a strategy that works for you. So we're going to talk about swing trading and how we're looking for opportunity swing trading, and then we're also kind of looking at day trading, and then kind of how they're both very, very similar. So we'll jump on the computer, look at some overall time frames, some patterns, and some setups and all of that. So let's jump on the computer behind me there. Now, obviously, there's a little bit of a strategy difference with swing trading, with day trading, but at the end of the day, it's very similar. The biggest difference, I would say, is that for swing trading, you're looking for setups and trends on a larger time frame, where with day trading, when I'm day trading, when I'm trying to buy small movements throughout the day, with day trading, I'm looking for opportunity on a smaller time frame, if that makes sense, right? So let's take a look here. Okay, SES, this is probably not the best example here because it was just insane. But with SES, with a day trading outlook, if I'm looking for a day trade, I'm looking to buy, let's say we're trying to buy this breakout over, $5, whatever, and we get the pullback. I'm looking for a 1 minute pullback. Maybe, I'm looking at the 5-minute chart here. I'm like, okay, 5-minute chart. We broke through $5. We pulled back to the EMAs there. And now we're getting the big spike to the moon. And that's what I'm looking for as a day trader, is small moves, or large moves, but on a small time frame. So I'm basically looking at the 1-minute chart, and I'm looking at the 5-minute chart and how that correlates. But as a swing trader, I'm looking at the daily chart. Like I said, SES is not a good example, but let's look. Okay, we'll look at GoPro. GoPro would be a good example. All right. So recently, GoPro had some news about the new camera that was coming out. And let's say I wanted to be a swing trader here, and I wanted to, kind of look for an opportunity to buy GoPro before the news came out, buy the rumors, sell the news type of setup. And I'm looking here at the daily chart on GoPro, okay? Now, if I look here on GoPro, I'm like, okay, from here, 750, this thing's just been trending lower for quite some time, but we know that there's some news coming out soon, right? This is probably a beautiful short kind of swing trade. If you're looking to get short on GoPro as a kind of long-term short, there from 750 down there to 365, not bad. But let's just say I wanted to get long, I want to get long here on GoPro. So we can see for the first time, really, we kind of broke out over this downward trend there on this kind of candle right there. We kind of broke out, and then we consolidated, okay? And we knew that the news was coming out for the new camera, was coming out at the beginning of October, and we can see that we're kind of consolidating there on the daily chart. So forget about this being a daily chart. Forget about this being, whatever. Just forget about that idea. This is a daily chart, but let's look at this as a just overall trader, right? let's look at this as a trader. Let's get rid of all this over here. We'll just kind of do like this, maybe kind of zoom in on this, you know, on this kind of. If you guys could do me one big favor, if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Also, there's a bell notification tab. You hit that little bell notification and you'll be alerted with an email whenever I go live on YouTube. So in the morning, you won't miss out on the live streams. And also, if there's a new video, hit that bell. Hit it. Set up here. So let's say, okay, now we're looking at GoPro on the daily chart. We don't really know what's going to happen, obviously, from here. We're at that 450 area. We can see that there's definitely some support there at the 450 area, right? 450 support. We're on the daily chart. We've got some EMAs. We've got everything kind of lining up there on a daily time frame as in terms of support. And I want to get long here on GoPro into the news. So again, I'm just looking for a setup on a larger time frame for a swing trade opportunity. And let's say I want to get long here at the $4.50 area. Same very simple idea as day trading, like on a 5-minute chart. You know, I'm looking at this on a daily chart. So I'm telling myself, okay, I want to get long here at the 450 area. I get long at the 450 area based on the daily chart. Now, normally what I would do with a swing trade is I would look at the daily chart, you know, where is the support, where is the resistance, what's going on a larger time frame, and then I would go to like whatever that support is area. Let's say that, okay, it's at 450. I would probably go to like a 5-minute chart to kind of get as close as I could to that 450 area for a buy opportunity. And then, you know, going to that 5-minute chart there, I would buy there at 450. And then let's see, okay, now, you know, looking at the daily chart, we got the VWAP up here at the 560 area. So I'm thinking, okay, from 450, thinking that 560, you know, area would be the next resistance there on the daily chart because we have the VWAP. Probably wasn't that low. It probably was in that area. We'll say 580 area, whatever. So, okay, now we know the news is coming out for the new camera soon. Okay. We got a nice little pop there off the 450. We're looking good. At this point, when I'm in a swing trade here, you know, what am I going to do? I'm going to basically just kind of set my stop to, you know, where my entry is at this point because now we're pushing higher. And you can see we get a couple more days bouncing around 450 kind of bouncing there. Again, at that support area. And then there's that push up there to the VWAP, up there to 550 and 540. I think we ended up getting all the way up there to 579. So on a daily time frame as a swing trade, this is a great setup because I'm seeing consolidation, that 450 area. You know, really, you know, where would my stop be at? I'd probably put my stop at the bottom like this candle here, being that 437, 440 area. If you really wanted to kind of make it a little bit bigger, you could maybe down here to the 420, where that kind of previous resistance was there at the 420 area would be, you know, maybe I'm risking 40, what am I risking? 30 cents here for a $1.30 move, $1.50 move. Not bad. Obviously, you know, like I said, this is hindsight right now. And you can see GoPro ended up getting crushed and going back down there to the 330 area. So, you know, long term, it still went lower there. But, you know, it's really just comes down to seeing setups. Not so much, you know, am I a swing trader, am I a day trader? It's just all about your time frame. You know, if you can't trade every minute of every day, you don't have time, you got a real job, whatever it is, I think the worst thing you can do is people always are like, man, I really want to quit my real job. I want to become a day trader. I want to quit my real job and I want to start trading because I want to spend all day on the computer. That's probably the worst idea you could make. You know, at the end of the day, you don't want to ruin or you don't want to end like whatever your steady income is. If you have a real job and you're not able to day trade, maybe just focus on swing trading. You know, looking at large time frames, looking at like this type of setup here. Let's take a look at some other stuff. We'll say, I don't know, trying to find. It's kind of hard sometimes to find a good setup here. I'm trying to think about a stock that's been, for some reason, let's say you wanted to swing trade. We saw MEET the other day making a big move. What was it? Like, it was back there on this kind of day here. It went from 330 up there to $4. So let's say you wanted to swing trade MEET and you're looking kind of at an hourly chart, you're looking at the hourly chart here. You can see, obviously, we'll just say that this was kind of trending. I don't really like that at all, but right now, this probably isn't the best chart ever for this type of setup. But you can see, obviously it's trending higher, and same idea, the 60-minute chart, does it look much different than looking at a 5-minute chart? You're looking at a 5-minute chart, you can see a trend there. Obviously, it's a 5-minute chart, so this is going to be more of like a day trade, because I can see, okay, it's trending higher on a 5-minute chart. If I look on the hourly chart, again, you can see a setup, you can see a pattern, you can see a trend, and that's what it comes down to here, guys. Swing trading, day trading, it's all about seeing the opportunity, seeing the setups, and looking at a larger time frame. So on a day trade, I'm looking at the 5-minute chart, maybe the 15-minute chart. I'm still keeping an eye on the daily chart. At the end of the day, you still always want to have an idea what the bigger picture is. So, looking at the daily chart here on MEET, if I'm looking at the daily chart and I see that the VWAP's there at 450, and maybe I'm trying to get, long for a day trade, I'm getting long for a day trade, and all of a sudden I look at the daily chart and I'm like, wow, I can see that 460, 450 area giving it some trouble. Do I really want to get long for a day trade at the 450 area? Probably not. So that's one of the reasons I have multiple charts pulled up on the screen. For day trading, I'm still looking at the daily chart. I'm not so much focused really on the trend on the daily chart, but I'm more so focused on what the actual action is in terms of where the resistance is, where that previous resistance is, previous support, or where is the EMAs? Are we got a 100-day moving average coming up? Are we getting close to a VWAP on the larger time frame? Is there a reason for this stock to pull back? For a day trade, if I'm looking at it as a day trade, is there a reason for this stock is going to pull back? So I want to look at a bigger time frame, even when I'm day trading. So I think it's also very good to be both, to be a swing trader and a day trader, and understand that a larger time frame will give you an idea of maybe where the stock might stop, or it might give you an idea of where the stock might bounce at if you're getting short and things like that. So it's good to understand both sides of being a swing trader, being a day trader. And I think at the end of the day, we just kind of get rid of the title of swing trading, day trading. We can mostly kind of get the idea of just being a trader and looking for opportunities either on a small time frame or on a large time frame, and then kind of figuring out what works best for you. Again, if I'm looking at this chart right here and I'm like, okay, this thing's definitely looking like a top of the wave formation, right? We got this kind of like, kind of rolling along, rolling. What does this look like? Definitely looks like it's wants to kind of roll over a little bit, right? It's kind of like at the top of that wave, looking a little overextended. I'd say this is definitely looking really overextended there on the daily chart as it's kind of going higher. Can it go higher? Yeah, it can definitely always go higher, but still, if you look at this, it's kind of like, like kind of just wants to roll over there. This is the way that I look at it. Same thing if I'm looking at the 5-minute chart. If I'm looking at the 5-minute chart, look at this. Perfect example. Again, 5-minute chart. What we got? We got like a, right? We got this kind of up to the top here. We're thinking, okay, we got a lot of kind of resistance stuff happening here at the 29.75 area. And then we go a little to the right. We're getting a little pop. And then finally, we're like, okay, it's still kind of rolling. And then we get the drop down back here to 29.60. So again, kind of creating that wave there, So smaller time frame, large time frame, swing trading, day trading, it's all very similar. So there it is. Like I said, day trading, swing trading. At the end of the day, you got to figure out what works best for you. And you got to stop worrying about, are you a day trader? Are you a swing trader? Are you a certain type of trader? What kind of trader are you? Too many people get wrapped up in this whole idea, I got to classify myself. I got to be this type of person. I can only do this type of trading. I can only be this, this thing. I got to be like Ross Cameron. I'm going to buy the dip or sell the rip, the micro pullback, the overextended short, the break of resistance. I'm going to be that trader. Obviously, I want, you got to figure out what works best for you. You got to hone in on that. You got to get your setup, kind of get that figured out. But trying to be the trader that somebody else is, or trying to have the same strategy that someone else uses, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work because everybody's different. Everyone's schedule is different. Everyone's personality is different. Everyone's emotional, everyone's emotions are different. So you really got to figure out what works best for you, and you got to stop worrying about what kind of trader you are, but just focus on the overall idea here. We're trying to buy low, sell high. We're looking for setups. We're looking for risk to reward. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Are you risking a lot of money and basically losing a lot of money? Are you risking are you risking a small amount of money for a large return? Or are you just kind of looking for small opportunities over and over, repetitively looking for those same kind of setups, those same opportunities? And that's what's going to work best, is, I guess, like I said, what works best for you is going to be really the best type of trading. So there it is, swing trading, day trading. Which one are you? Leave a comment down below. What is your strategy? How are you trading? Are you trading on a larger, a bigger time frame? Are you trading on a smaller time frame? Are you buying the 1 minute pullback? Are you buying the daily pullback? What is your strategy? Leave a comment down below. I will talk to you guys later on.